All right. Well, what's up, everybody? I had somebody send me a message on YouTube requesting some footage of my Osprey that I built over at Scale Model Addict. So here is some footage for you. Basically, he wanted to know how I, built it and any tips or pointers or anything like that I had for the kit. I thought, well, I'd just get it out, and it's a little bit, little dusty, but it's still in pretty good shape. This was the first model that I had built in probably, I'd say at least 5 years, and it kind of shows, like there's a seam right there, and the putty work's not that great. And, but this was my first time also using an airbrush and trying to do pre-shading, which you can see here, it came out okay. So I will say this though, the detail that is on this kit is great. The rivet detail looks really nice. I'm hoping you can see that. Let me flip this around so it's in some better light. But the rivets are really, really neat. And like I said, it's not I did an okay job, but like I said, it was my first kit I'd done in probably like I said, 5 or 6 years. You may be able to see in here some stuff that I did. Let me see if I can shine some light in here with a little flashlight. Yeah. Those parts on the back firewall, I'm assuming that's called a firewall or a bulkhead or whatever you call it on an airplane. You see those parts in there? Those came off of World War II model kits. I think a P-38 and a P-51 cockpit is what those parts came off of. Really, the only modifications I did were on the inside, and I didn't really modify anything as much as I added stuff. I built it pretty much straight out of the box. And let me see if I can get this to stay up. Thank you. And maybe shoot a little bit of what is going on in there. I apologize for the crude lighting in here, but yeah, see all of that. Come on now. I guess it's not really going to focus for me, but all that stuff you see back there in the back is not part of the kit. Well, I think maybe some of it is, but those are all bits and pieces from, like I said, World War II kits, airplane kits. And I don't know if you can see it, but if you see the screens in the very front of the cockpit there that are reflecting, what that is basically it's let's see. Yeah, you can't see that. Basically what it is it's clear green paint where the glass screens are. And those are really the only things that I did to alter the kit. Everything else was built straight out of the box. The only other thing really was on the exterior, and that was the refueling probe right here. On the kit piece, it's like this long. Mine fell and it broke. Well, I didn't know how to fabricate a new one, so what I did was I just cut the tube off, and I just had it mounted like it was retracted, like you see there. The decals were the ones that came with the kit. The only big problems I had with it were the landing gear. These doors on the bottom here, they have no tabs, so you kind of got to eyeball them, which sucks. Other than that, there isn't really much else I can tell you. There's a lot of gap issues with this kit. and tons of flash. You can even still see some of the flash just because, you know, like I said, I wasn't very proficient on some things at the time that I did this, but you can see a bit of flash right there. That's probably about the most prominent piece, and then there's a big gap in the pylon. I chose to build it this way with the pylons forward because I've seen photos of these on the ground stored with both the nacelles forward like this and up. And I thought, well, you know, I can't go wrong either way, and I really wanted it to be done this way. So that's how I mounted them. Unfortunately, you cannot, straight out of the box, these do not come to where they're adjustable, you know, where like you could have them straight up or rotate them down. That's really about it, man. I hope this helps you out. Like I said, you know, I pretty much built the thing straight out of the box. The canopy is tricky because of the fact that the panel lines along here are so faint. When I was using liquid mask, I had to go over it probably 2 or 3 times to try to get it to get a clean line. And even then, I did it. I mean, it could have been a lot better, but you know, it is what it is. I do like the kit a lot. These L shapes in the color transition. Okay, you can see there's one here, and then there's one in front of the wing. And based on what I have seen, the way that the color transitions on the 2 distinct grays is right along the leading and trailing edges of the wings. I probably should have gone with a little bit lighter colors of gray, but I do like the contrast. That's pretty much it. I enjoyed building it. There's not a lot of aftermarket stuff available for this thing. There's some different decals you can do, and that's about it. So, hope you got something out of it. Oh, and a good piece of advice: don't glue these in place. Leave them removable. You'll be glad you did. Talk to you later.